Hey guys, I'm Richard Neowin. Today we're unboxing Acer's Concept D3 easel. So this is a pretty interesting PC, at least to me. They first announced Concept D is a fairly new brand from Acer. It's been around close to a couple years now. It's made for creators, and it's an interesting concept that's taken off from a few companies now. And the idea is that creators need PCs too, right? Like if you're someone who edits a lot of video or photos and stuff like that, there weren't really so many PCs that were geared towards you. Up until recently, I think most people would just go and buy a gaming PC and get that kind of power from the dedicated graphics you'd find there. But I mean, the style of a gaming PC might not exactly be what you want. So NVIDIA started doing their RTX Studio program, or I should just say Studio because they have it on GTX graphics as well. But there's just been this focus for people that they're just called creators. If you're creating content on a PC, this is for you, the Concept D. And then there's the easel. This was announced, I believe it's CES. The Concept D7 easel was announced, and the 7 easel Pro. And it totally caught my eye. I never got to review one of those, but this thing, I remember I met with them. I met with Acer at CES, like I do every year. And I remember seeing this, and I'm like, this is a convertible with RTX graphics. It was like an RTX 2080, like crazy. I'm like, that is so cool. So this is the Concept D3 easel. So it's not as high end. So it doesn't have the 4K display. It's not RTX. It does have GTX 1650 or 1650 Ti. Keeps the 45 watt 10th gen processor. And what's kind of interesting about the processor is that this one, it comes in 14 or 15.6 inches. This is a 14-inch version. Super weird because I've never seen anything like it. I think just this year we started seeing some, very few models, 14-inch PCs that have a 45 watt processor or dedicated graphics. I have not seen an Intel 8 series processor and GTX graphics in a 14-inch laptop, and especially in a convertible. This is not a gaming laptop. This is a convertible. So I'm going to start opening this up. You can see it's got the D on the, lighting's not so great, but it's there. The Concept D logo, I guess. And so let's get this open. Oh, we've got another box inside. There goes the charger. We'll grab that in just a second. All right. So here we have it. Let's open it up. Oh, we got another layer to go through. Concept D Premium Service. We'd like to congratulate and thank you on your decision to purchase one of our premium products. This note is to let you know that you now have access to the full and comprehensive benefits associated with your purchase via unmatched professional support that's always available to you as a Concept D product owner. This includes a limited warranty as well as 24/7 access to our premier support team that specializes in the Concept D brand. Welcome aboard. Now let's take a look. This thing is so cool. I can't wait. It's white. By the way, I love white PCs. There's something really clean about the look. Dell does it. It's not so common. Obviously, you see a lot of black. You see a lot of silver. So this is something a little different. Got a little bit of paperwork in here. Let's see what... Oops. Gonna have to rip this open. And, yeah, just paperwork. I was hoping for... I don't know what I was hoping for. Something more fun. All right. So this is how this thing works, okay? Like I said, well, first it opens as a laptop, and we can get this out of here. First it opens as a laptop, and then you can go and you can pull the screen up like so, and then it becomes a tablet. Okay, it's awesome. But first we're going to look at what else is in the box. Also, there's a charger in here, obviously. This is a regular, interesting type of barrel charger. I'm going to call it a pin charger. Anyway, it looks like it's about 135 watts, which is fine. It's more than you could do through USB power delivery, so while you might be able to charge via USB Type-C, there's a Thunderbolt 3 port on here, it is going to charge very slowly with your regular standard 65-watt charger. And as you can see, like I said, we have this lovely white finish on here. It's quite nice. We have lots of ports, 2 USB Type-A 3.1 Gen 1, or I should say 3.2 Gen 1. It's the exact same thing, or USB 3.0, whatever. 3.5 millimeter audio jack, SD card over here. Nothing on the back, but see there are lots of vents for the fans, so you get obviously cooling is very important on a machine like this, because not only does it have powerful internals, but it is fairly compact for how powerful those internals are. So we've got a mini display port over here, HDMI, Thunderbolt 3 power button, and then there's that charging port that I mentioned. Now that's not all, because if I can find it down here somewhere, there is a pen, and there it is. It's pretty cool. You do have a built-in pen on this machine, so you can go ahead and you can use it as a tablet, and then you can use it as a laptop, and you can fold the display, and you can even hold it at an angle like so, and you can write on it. I've seen something like this from HP, and this was a while ago. I don't know if you remember the HP Spectre Folio. By the way, we have a backlit keyboard. It's backlit in orange, interestingly. But yeah, the HP Spectre Folio was a cool machine. It was one of the key selling points was I need to charge this. Was that it was made of leather. All right, made it to the charger before it shut down. That's a win. But anyway, so the Spectre Folio was made of leather, and that was kind of interesting just because it was unique, but it was not very powerful. It was really just meant to be a new form factor. So it had a Y series processor, not powerful at all. This is power. Okay, so notice we also have a speaker bar across the top of the keyboard. So that powerful audio quality should also be important when it comes to creating your content. Right? A lot of this stuff is very well designed. We have a pretty large trackpad down here, which is awesome. The display looks amazing. Now, this one is 1080p. Like I said, the Concept D7 comes in UHD, but just looking at this screen, it looks incredible to me. Let's see if we can just fold this in like so. Okay. This screen, it's a matte screen, right? So it's anti-glare, and it's very pretty, though. A lot of anti-glare screens that I've seen, like, one, it doesn't look like you could touch it, but a lot of the anti-glare screens that I've seen, they tend to look washed out. But with this one, it really looks like the colors are very vibrant at the same time, while still maintaining that whole anti-glare thing. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. It does have it's called Pantone Validated High Brightness Display with 100% sRGB wide color gamut. Acer did really put a lot of work into this screen, and the whole design of the machine is it's very clean. It's a really nice look, right from the white chassis to the display, the flat and sharp corners and the edges. It all feels very clean, and it seems like they put a lot of thought into this, right from the the built-in pen garage, the ports, the keyboard, the large trackpad. Because look at the trackpad. What's cool about the trackpad right here? What's really cool, which a lot of companies don't do this, and it kills me. It uses the available screen real estate. You know how many small trackpads I've used, and then you're like, wait, they've got an extra, 3/4 of an inch on either side of it. Why didn't they use that to just give us a bigger trackpad? So they actually use it. We have a large trackpad here. We have a full-size keyboard, of course. No numpad, which I'm a fan of, but that's a personal preference, I know. And I'm sure I'll hear from people that love the numpad. But anyway, Power button in the keyboard. It doesn't seem to be any Windows Hello. There might be. Oh, there. I think there's an IR camera on there. So yeah. So that's the Concept E, and like I love the form factor because this is something that companies have been trying to do. Just new form factors in general. I like this better. So let me explain what I mean when I say I like this better. So Microsoft started with this with the Surface Pro and the Surface RT back in 2012, and so the whole idea with let me move this power cable. It just looks prettier. I really like the design. I think this is a very nice looking PC, and I think it's very kind of practical in the new features that it brings. But so Microsoft introduced the Surface RT and the Surface Pro back then, and the whole idea was a tablet that you could use as a laptop. Remember, 2012 was a time when people were saying like, well, kind of need a new computer, but maybe I'll get one of those new iPads instead. And I think Microsoft really just went out to say like, hey, what if you could get one PC that does both? Don't buy Apple, but and it worked, right? Especially Surface Pro 3, the idea totally matured with the bigger screen and the 3:2 aspect ratio and so on. 2014, they introduced Surface Book. So if you didn't like the feel of a tablet that had that, kind of flimsy attachable keyboard at the time, especially, now you had something where you could actually a full laptop where you could actually take the display off. Interesting other concept, right? But the problem with that is that it's very top heavy because all the guts of the PC are in the display. We also had convertibles, which Microsoft's not actually made. That was a Lenovo ThinkPad thing, the Yogas, where they, where you could actually fold the display back. Right? That works too. So this is another one that I really like though, because it's sort of a best of both worlds, where you have a tablet, but also you have a laptop where you can actually go and, it's got a regular laptop hinge until you pop the display out. But what's cool about this that you don't get so much from a regular convertible, like a 360-degree convertible, is that you can actually hold it. You don't have to use it as a tablet. You can hold it like this, and it's sturdy. So you can write like this or draw or whatever you want to do. And it's pretty cool. I've always liked convertibles for taking handwritten notes. So I'll pull the pen out, and that's like a perfect angle for me to just write on, while I'm in an event. We don't do live events anymore, so you don't see it as much, but it's pretty cool. So I'll be using this for the next couple weeks, and stay tuned. I'm Richard Neowin. Have a great night.